Greetings, y'all, and welcome back to All the Mods 9 with me, Akoto. Today, episode 6. Yes, episode 6. We're going to take a look at a couple of different things, and we're going to be going to a whole brand new dimension today. So stick around for that. So first of all, we've got to talk about this thing behind me. So in between episodes, like I said, I went ahead and made the bridge that's going over to our custom village that we made. And I'm actually pretty pleased with the way this turned out. Obviously, as I said about a couple of things that I built last episode, this isn't the most inspired of builds. But with the block palette that we chose and the way we put everything together, I'm pretty happy with it. So pretty standard, sort of like early Renaissance style, short little bridge that curves around and goes over to our new village area here. Simple to put together. I mean, it basically is using mainly these smooth stone bricks that are in the pack from, I believe, Twigs is the mod that you used them for, and then just basically prettying it up a little bit with, the pillars that go all the way down, the flower pots up there, some walls, and then some of these other blocks that we chose as detail blocks for this particular build here. So if you'll notice, we've got these... Oh, it's from Chipped, I'm sorry. The smooth stone columns from Chipped. We've got the smooth stone bricks from Twigs. Cracked smooth stone bricks. A lot of Chipped and Twigs in this particular build here. And then, of course, these lanterns up here is the yellow tube lantern, also from Chipped. So, yeah, I'm pretty happy with this. I mean, it's, like I said, it's nothing terribly spectacular. It's not like the most intricate of builds. It's not the most complicated of builds. But as I've said many, many times before, simple doesn't mean bad. Just because something is easy and looks decent doesn't mean that it doesn't have to be over the top complicated to make it look good. Detailing things like this, by the way, is actually real simple. Like, instead of just having, one big slab of blocks across the way, you do insets. So I've got some stairs there. I've got some stairs around there to give it a little bit of an archway. If you want, you could even just not have this there. Just make it so you could send a boat through it if you really wanted to. But, I mean, I'm pleased with it. I think it actually looks pretty good. And then I've got some lights down there at the bottom, as you can see, right down there, just sort of give it a really cool kind of glow effect at night. The other things that we built, so there's two other things that I built in between episodes. One of them is this. So this wasn't like big enough for me to really do, a full like kind of time-lapse build on that I do in my my montages that I do for builds. It was just a quick and dirty thing that I sort of threw up here over here, just for a couple of different things. First of all, Sammy's been moved until I can make a fox habitat for him, so he's actually hanging out over here in this little pen. So, hello, Sammy, hello. And then I found this horse, and this horse is amazing. Like, he's super fast and jumps high, so I named him Brego. And if you know, you know. I'm going to let you Google that one to see exactly the way I chose the name for this particular horse. And then this is one of my favorite things. By the way, this is all a vanilla trick. So this is a wheelbarrow. It's just a composter, a grindstone, and an open fence gate, and put a little bit of stuff in there to make it look like it's got dirt in it. So we get a little wheelbarrow next to it. So neat little build. One other thing we built. This is going to be the Spire of Support, is what I've decided to call this. So what I'm doing is all these books are going to have various different things in it that are basically comments y'all have left on my videos recently. I wanted to show you that, yes, your comments matter, your opinions matter, your well wishes matter, all of those things, because, well, let me get to that in just a second here. Let me show you some of the comments, and I'll explain why we're doing this. So if you go over here to the book, Oni left me a message on one of my videos, my first video, saying if I needed anything to send him a message. Oni is an IRL friend of mine. Was my mod on my Twitch channel, been around forever, constant support. Even when I was at my worst, Oni was always there going, hey buddy, hey, it's cool. You can hang out, we can hang out, you can text me, you can call me, whatever. If you left comments, or if you know me in real life and you're like, hey, I wonder why he hasn't actually called or texted me, that's kind of why. It's just I don't have the mental capacity to be able to do it at this point. And I do apologize for that, but just know that the comments that you're leaving and everything that you're saying to me is appreciated. I read all my comments. I try to reply to all of them whenever I possibly can. So I really appreciate it. Good to hear from you. Same thing with Demon's Honor. Demon's Honor's been around for a really long time. I've played Minecraft with him on Oni's servers many times. Lily, you've got too many comments. There's too many comments for me to go through. Which, this is not a bad thing, by the way. It's just like Lily, every video I put out, she has like, she writes a book. And I try to respond to everything that you're saying, Lily, I really do. But I have to sort of pick and choose. So, like, incredible supporter. Like, she and I played World of Warcraft and a bunch of other stuff back in the day. Don't know if you're still streaming, Lily, but if you are, throw your link down in the comments down there below, and I will definitely shout you out. So if you are streaming, go over and see Lily. It's probably still a Catharsis Gaming on Twitch. Potentially somewhere else. I don't know. Isn't there packing tape to move things? Yes. Yes, there is. I appreciate that, Jean. Is it Jean or Jean? I'm guessing Jean. Anyway, Draconis, also another guy that was around from my streaming days on Twitch, and also was, I believe, hanging around on Trycraft a little bit too when I was there. There are some who'd want to grow hair any way they could, I'm sure. This was in response to episode 3 when I went to the Nether and found the hair growing out of the flesh, and I was just creeped out by it. So, yes, Draconis, I'm sure there is. I pass. Hard pass. Thank you very much. The only suffering involved with the Monte Cristo is the decision whether or not to have one. Yes. And no, but mostly yes. So Thelanius, another quality individual. Always glad to have him around and see comments from him. Oh, look who's emerged into the sunlight again. I wouldn't go that far, Marlon. Marlon May is definitely someone I believe I met when I was doing the Trycraft series that was following all the Trycrafters. Another quality individual. Very glad to have you around. Kusa, so good to see you. King Otaku Gaming, same thing. Trycraft fan. Really always good to see you. And then we start getting into people who... This is the interesting bit, because the next couple of comments are important for different reasons. Obviously, no one person's comment is more important than another. I appreciate all comments. Anyone who comments on my videos, it obviously helps out the algorithm, but also it makes me know that what I'm doing has an impact on you. But the next couple of comments are a little bit different, because up until now, we've got, Thelanius, Oni, Lily, Marlon, King Otaku, Draconis, Game, all these people who were either hanging out with me back in the old Twitch streaming days or with Trycraft or with some of my other series that I did, like All the Mod 7. Now we're getting into people that this is a little bit different, because Celerity, I don't even know this person, but just someone who said, earn my sub easily, man, on my All the Mod 7 series. Which is super cool. I'm glad to have you around, Celerity. I hope you're still hanging around, and I hope to see you again soon. Toss a comment down below if you are. This person has never been around until recently. So, and then the next one, well, the next couple of them actually here. I'm glad to know I'm not the only 40-something, 40 years old, year-old man playing Minecraft. From Eric Brown, 6641. Eric, I do appreciate the comment. No, old people, us old guys, we're going to teach these new kids how to play the game. Back in our day, you had to go mine for gold. You couldn't trade it off people or grow it out of the ground. I never saw a comment from him until my All the Mod 7 series, and all of a sudden, here he is. And then the last one here, it's also very important. I truly love this series. I've watched the whole darn series at least 10 times. Great content. You deserve a sub for your little speech about being human. Cheers from Sweden, Dennis Hellberg. And this is when I saw that comment, I'd say a month ago, maybe a little bit more than a month ago. You often forget sometimes that YouTube is a global medium. Especially when you see, the same people coming by and talking about things and commenting on your videos and joking around and stuff like that, which is great. I love that. I'm so glad to see all of you, all the usual suspects here. I've never met Dennis. I probably never will meet Dennis. Dennis lives not only in a different time zone, but on another continent from me. And he thought enough of what I was doing that he just randomly found me one day. I don't know if you were searching for All the Mod 7 or if it just came up in your suggested list or what. But he thought enough to basically say, I like what this guy's doing. I want to throw him a subscription. And then I saw a couple of comments on my All the Mod 9 series from him. And that was the point that I realized that what I'm doing here actually matters. It isn't just for me, and to have other people literally half of a world away not only finding my content, but thinking enough to subscribe to what I'm doing and put comments on my videos with things like that, really says something. And it really struck me that I was like, I can't just not. I can't just not. Making these videos, editing these videos, putting together thumbnails, uploading them to YouTube, getting everything in a row, making sure I've got the music that I've got like any kind of copyright issues taken care of. All that stuff takes time and energy and effort, and it takes a lot out of you. It really does. I mean, it sounds. I mean, you think to yourself, oh, it's just this guy who's playing Minecraft. How hard could this be? It's not easy. And I think anyone who's ever created anything, any kind of art, any kind of media, any kind of content for anything, whether it's for work or for personal or what have you, it takes a lot of effort to actually do this. And it takes a lot out of you. And there's a lot of late nights involved. This kind of thing, these comments from all of you, whether you know me or not, whether you've been around forever or you're brand new, all of these matter. And all of these are important. And all of these show me that this isn't just me making videos for my own personal edification. This is people around the world that I've touched in some way, whether that's through my builds or through my just dad jokes or my pretty speeches or whatever it happens to be. I've made an impact in some small way anyway on your day-to-day existence. And that's important, and that needs to continue. I want to continue doing that job for you and for me. I'm not. It's not totally altruistic here. Okay, don't get it twisted. I do this primarily for me, but seeing these comments makes me understand that yes, I'm doing it primarily for me, but I'm also doing it for you because you enjoy it, and having you hanging out here in the comments and everything is amazing. I'm a giant ham at heart. I love the crowd, and to have a crowd that is so into what I'm doing that they leave comments like that when I've never met them, probably never will, never hang out with them and have a beer. Although that some Swedish beer sounds really good right about now. No, I can't do that. Anyway, you probably never even meet them in real life, but the fact that you give up a half an hour to an hour of your time a week to watch what I'm doing means something, and I need to continue doing what I'm doing because it means that much. So thank all of you very, very much for all of this. As I said, as I said, this is going to be, I've got 4 books in here. If we need to expand, we can. But yeah, this is the Spire of Support where all of these are going to go. All right, enough of Sappy Akoto. But I do appreciate it. The last thing I built while you guys were gone from the last one, a very dark room, is up here, which another very dark room. So we have the attic, effectively, where we've got a bunch of stone put out over here. We are going to be going to the Undergrowth. Or the Undergarden. I can't remember which name it is. So we are going to be going to the Undergarden to visit a new dimension. So I've already made the Undergarden Catalyst, which is what you need to be able to go there. It's very similar to the Nether in that we basically have to make this portal out of stone bricks or stone from the Undergarden and then activate it with the catalyst to be able to go through. So we're going to go to the Undergarden. But before we do that, we need to do a little bit of preparation. And by preparation, I mean I've been grinding through some mystical agriculture to actually get a few things that I want to have before we go to another dimension that I've never ever been to. So if you go over here to this chest, you're going to notice that I actually have made this thing over here, which is the tinkering table from Mystical Agriculture, which is effectively the Mystical Agriculture's enchantment table. This is how you add augments onto various different things you can make with Mystical Agriculture. So over here, you'll notice we have some items. We have boots, leggings, chest plate, helmet, and a sword. This is the Imperium version of these, which is one step below Supremium, which is one step below the best armor that you can get out of Mystical Agriculture. Well, second best. I guess you can get the Awakened stuff, but I haven't gotten that point yet. This is the second best armor you can get out of here. So if we take all of this, plus all these augments, it's kind of ridiculous how good this armor is. And then don't even get me started on this stuff, because it's like you go up here and you got like plus 10 armor, and you got plus 8 on the pants. I mean, it gets really silly, really, really fast. The fun part is all of this stuff is enchantable, and you can add these augments to it. So obviously we're going to put some augments on these as well. So for instance, I'm going to put the no fall damage augment on the boots so I can jump from world height and be fine. I'm going to put night vision on, mostly for y'all, so that way I don't have to like brighten things up in post, so you can actually be able to see everything just fine. And then the strength 1 augment on the sword is what we're going to work with right now, just simply because you need Supremium or Imperium to make the strength 2 augment, and then Supremium to make the strength 3. Now, I'm hoping I'm doing this in the right order. Because if you go over here, let's put our sword in, and we'll put this strength 1 augment in, and that's what it's going to come out as. Now, I think this probably needs a redstone input, so let's just go steal our button from this. Oh, no, not the floor, just the button. Thank you very much. So let's see if I'm right. You just go ahead and need a redstone signal to do this. Or not. Does it need power? Oh, so you just take it out. Okay, cool. Oh man, sometimes I'm just not smart. so yeah, you put it in there and then you take it back out again. Okay, cool. So helmet, night vision. There we go. Night vision's on the helmet, and then where are my boots? There's my boots. No fall damage. Ta-da, done. So there we go. So we have our augments on our helmet and our boots and our sword. So there we go. All of those augments are put in. Now, the fun part is we get to go enchant them as well. So let's go do that. Ooh, you don't say. And after some enchantment tearing off and book combining and trading with villagers to get some levels to be able to rename stuff, we have the full set of armor and our sword ready to go. So over here we've got Akoto's Wariji, which has Prot 3 and Breaking 3, Depth Strider, and Mending. Don't have to worry about feather falling because I have no fall damage, which is amazing. Akoto's Kimono with Prot 4 and Breaking 3 and Mending. Akoto's Hakama with Prot 4 and Breaking 3 and Mending again. And Akoto's Mimpo, which has Prot 3, Mana Boost 3, Aqua Affinity, Respiration, Unbreaking, and Mending. Pretty solid armor, if I do say so myself. And then over here we've got our sword, which is the Anata ga Saigo ni Munemono. I apologize if I mispronounce that anyway, you Japanese speakers out there, which is Japanese for the last thing you'll ever see. So we've got the XP Boost 3, Unbreaking 3, Looting 3, Sweeping Edge 3, Life Stealing, and Mending. Didn't get the sharpness on there yet. We'll work on that later on. So it's only doing the 17 attack damage, but it basically has the +5 attack damage attached to it, so it's basically a 22 attack damage, which is dumb, and the XP boost, which is amazing. So let's go ahead and put all of this armor on and see what it looks like. It's blue! So it doesn't have a different skin, unfortunately, than any other armor. Now we need to actually go ahead and retire our old armor. So if we go over here, we'll just pull all of this out. And all of this is going to be retired on our plinth of honor. So basically this is where all our old armor is going to go once we are done with it. So at some point this armor will be up there and we'll have like the Altamadium armor or whatever it happens to be. But we're going to go ahead and retire this armor over here onto our armor stand. Whoop, that is not at all what I wanted to do. Hold on. Let's try that again, shall we? There we go. So we now have two sets of armor. We have our old nickel set of armor and we have our platinum set of armor with our sword there. But we now have just some ridiculous armor and tools to be able to go. And at some point we're going to replace all these with probably mystical agriculture tools as well. Even the Inferium tools are better than the Silent Gear tools that we have right now. So I could make those and we could go to town with them. So, but look at the size of that sword. Okay, the sword looks really cool. It's a big, fat, chunky sword. Yeah, I think we're ready to go to the Undergarden. So let's go ahead and get over there and open a portal. All right, so if I've done this correctly, this should... Whoa! Woo! It's green. That's kind of cool looking. All right. Well, let's put this away. Let's see. I've got plenty of food. I've got the armor, which is full armor value. Let's put our shield in our hand. I've got some torches. I've got a bunch of backup stuff in my backpack. So, yeah, let's go ahead and go through. Whoa! Whoa! What are you? Oh, dude, I'm so sorry. Hey, no, I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. What is this? Where am I? Is it all like a nether-style dimension? It looks like it. What are you? Uh-oh. Something else got stuck in... I'm sorry, guys. I didn't mean to... Ooh, rat... Raw dweller meat. Good. Gloom gourd. Okay. Well, I guess I'll take a couple of those. What a cool-looking biome. I mean, it's like the Nether, but green. and nothing's trying to kill you immediately. At least I don't think so. Oh, that is. What are you? Well, you're gone now, whatever you were. What was that? And what did he drop? He dropped etheric shards, which we can make torches out of, or crystals out of. So there we go. Now we've got that on our map, so we're not going to get totally lost. What's the Shiverstone? Let's grab it. Whoa! Oh, you're not friendly. Birth control... Wait, what? Huh? What's... Oh. It's like blueberries, only... This food is not nourishing enough to improve your health. That's fair. Oh, wow. Look at that. That's cool. I wonder what... Is that water? I don't trust it. Okay, let's continue exploring. Do we go down there? Do we... How much do we trust it? I guess we're going to find out. Oh, there's another one of those things. Underbeans. Really? Interesting. Okay. Whoa. What are you? Oh, he trades things. What? You talk too? Dude, you are super cool. So I can trade him a music disc to get crystals, or I can trade him crystals to get a music disc. Or I can trade him gold and iron to get crystals. Okay. Dude, you're awesome. I like you. You're really cool looking. I don't understand, but cool. So that's... Okay, so these are like the piglins. That's fair. There's another guy who's trading discs. So they like music. Interesting. I'm digging... I am digging this environment so far. This is actually really neat. Question becomes, am I going to get in trouble for getting in this water? Well, guess there's only one way to find out. Nope, not drowning. That's good. What are you? You are a Gwibbling, and you are... Ah! Not friendly is what you are. What? You're a Gloomper. Okay, you're like a really big, ugly frog. Got it. Whoa. What is... I wonder if this hurts. Yep, that hurts. That hurts a lot. Okay. Oh, that hurts. I've got virulence. Neat. Luckily, my armor is so good, though, that it's not doing anything to me. You know what? Let's take a bucket of virulence with us. How's that sound? Virulent mix bucket. Yum. Oh, bad. Swim up the virulent crap. Get out. Thank you. Ow. Okay. Not my friend. Got it. So this is like a plague biome. It's apparently run by Nurgle. Right on. Oh, the no-fall damage is so good. Man, I just love the ambiance here with the particle effects and the sounds, like the jungle sounds in the background, and all of it's just so atmospheric and cool. Like, this is the kind of thing that I love seeing in mod packs, is stuff like this, where it's a mod that it doesn't take away from the original game, it just adds more to the flavor of it. So it's like, it's obviously based on like Nether Generation. 100%. You can tell it's based on Nether Generation. But with just a couple of subtle changes here and there, they've made it into something totally new. And it's just so neat looking. It's just such a well done environment. Like, this is the kind of thing that like mods excel at, is when they do stuff like this. Ooh, this looks very unnatural. What are you? Death Rock Brick. Forgotten Halls achievement. Okay. Now I'm curious. Oh, is this like a... Ooh. Okay, well, we've got loot. What are you, a monster? Ah, rotling. No. Get away from me. We'll just get rid of that. Thank you very much. Oh, it's like... Oh, so this is like that dungeon that I found originally. Interesting. Okay. What's in the box? Gloom gourd pie. Cloggerum pickaxe. A couple pickaxes with silk touch. Okay. Some more etheric shards. Some more gloom gourd pie. Huh. Okay. I was not expecting this. Cloggerum shovel makes all items shimmer as if it was enchanted. That's all, really. Nothing more. Yes, it's useless. I know. At least the guy who does this has a sense of humor. or girl, person, whomever. Hey, there's some crystals. Ooh, and a smithing template. Forgotten tool upgrade. Applies to tools, and you need an ingot to do it. Okay. Interesting. Alright, well, let's raid this. Okay, then. I'll take all that. And all this. What in the world? A smog vent? Can I take that? Well, that's interesting. I can think of 1,000 different decorative uses for that. There's there's probably some like really important technical use for that, and here I am thinking, I can make it pretty. Oh, hey, relict. Cool, we got a music disc. Oh, what are you? Oh, no. What in the world? Forgotten Guardian. Oh, you've got a lot of health. Oh. What did he drop? He dropped Forgotten Nuggets and a miniature yellow heart. What are... Oh! What are you? No. Oh. Scream Mammoth. Alrighty. Mending! Ow! Jerk. Okay, let's go upstairs and see what horrors await us there. What is that terrible sound? You know, I don't know if I want to know what that terrible sound is. I'll definitely take all these bars. Well, that was damned interesting. So it's basically just a version of the same dungeon like we did before, except it's only one level, effectively, and it looks like it has one of those Forgotten Guardians in it per each one of these that gives you the forgotten stuff that you can get to basically the netherite of this particular dimension. So that is very interesting. Now, I am going to take a bunch of these blocks with me, I think, because I want to use these for something. I just don't know what yet. Interdimensional business. Nice. Since I got some of these crystals, figured I might as well use them on this guy. Oh, what are you? Are you friendly? I'm gonna guess no. Let's find out. Oh, you're not friendly. No. Oh my god. Oh. Whoa. Okay then. Apparently I killed a special boss. What did he drop? Brute tusks. Okay. What can I do with those? I can make a mob bell. Not much. Okay. I mean, cool. I've killed 2 bosses while I've been here. Well, just based on my journey map, it looks like we've actually pretty much discovered and investigated all of the different biomes there are here. It looks like there's 3 main biomes. You get the virulent biome, you've got this biome, and then you've got like a purpley kind of, bluish purpley kind of biome. So, really cool place. Like, I highly recommend coming here. And we need to go home and sort out all of the loot that we got from this just to see what everything does. Because, like I said, this is brand new to me. I have never even heard of this mod, so I'm very interested to see what all of the stuff we've got does. So I'm going to go ahead and make our way back to the portal and go home, and then we will sort everything out and go from there. And now that we're back home, it is time to actually go through all of our stuff and see what we got from the Undergarden. So obviously we've got a ton of different blocks here. Some of them we looked through when we were actually over there just to see what was going on. Very interested in these 3 music discs. We're going to have to listen to those and see exactly what they are. I suspect they're going to be very, 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 very strange. Here is our jukebox, so let's actually grab some of these music discs and see what they are all about. Oh yeah. Bet you didn't expect to get a dance party today, did you? This is very, very late 90s, like, club music. Okay, that's enough of that. That's actually pretty fun. Okay. Next one on the list is Relic. Once again, very, very like industrial club as they're closing up kind of stuff, you know? You've been listening to all night, and then they play this sort of like cool down while everyone's getting their last call. Very, very interesting. Okay, and then last on the list would be Mammoth. Mammoth. All right, if this isn't drum and bass, we riot. Yeah! I'm real life dancing in my chair, by the way. And they've done all of this. Okay. And, okay, Scream. I don't know who you are, but well done. Well done on all 3 tunes. So there's all of that. Now, let's go ahead and move on to some of this other stuff that we've got here. Specifically, we're going to take a look at these Forgotten Nuggets and the Frosteel Nuggets to see what we can do with those. So let's take a look. So what you can do with these nuggets that you get from the big mechanical creatures that you find in the dungeons, and maybe you find this stuff elsewhere, but I'm guessing it's only coming off of them, is they effectively act just like upgrades. So it acts just like the same thing that Netherite does for weapons. It does the same thing for Undergarden weapons. So you have to have the smithing template, which is the tool upgrade, which we have, I believe, one of. Then you have your various different tools here, or I believe also armor. Or maybe it is just tools. Actually, it's just tools. How about that? So let's say you've got your Cloggerum pickaxe that you've made. You put a Forgotten Ingot on it, and you get a Forgotten pickaxe, which is pretty good. The Forgotten Sword, also pretty good, deals 1.5 damage to non-boss Undergarden mobs. So it basically does, instead of doing 7, you're doing 10. So it's equivalent to a Netherite sword in the Undergarden. In the regular world where we're at, it is just going to do your 7 attack damage, whereas your Cloggerum sword also does 7. This just basically adds the additional damage to Undergarden mobs. So this actually mines Undergarden blocks 1.5 times as fast, which is nice. Chops, it does more damage to Undergarden mobs, mines blocks, so on and so forth. So that's basically, and then you can make the Forgotten Battle Axe, which is just ridiculous. 11 attack damage and +4 attack knockback, which is kind of fun. So it's effectively netherite for the Undergarden. So that's what you can actually do with that. Now, as far as the Froststeel is effectively the equivalent of iron for the Undergarden, but it's iron plus. So like the chest plate you got here, it actually gives you more armor than iron does. It gives you all of this toughness and knockback resistance, has low durability, and you're slower. So that's the downside for the particular Froststeel armor that you've got here. Is yes, it's incredibly tough. It looks cool, but it slows you down because it's just so heavy. Like, imagine wearing, heavy full plate. Obviously, you're not going to move at full speed. So, but you can make tools with it just like you can anything else. The sword slows targets, which is the plus side, but it's effectively an iron sword. It has about the same durability of an iron sword too. So, I mean, it's not bad. If you had to live in the Undergarden, obviously this would probably be like your starter armor. Instead of getting iron armor in the overworld, you'd be getting this in the Undergarden. But it's just not as good as all of that. Are these Eutherium crystals, which is something we were picking up from some of the higher level mobs down there, out of chests, a few other places. So, and as far as I can tell here, you're basically looking at the equivalent of diamond for the most part. Once again, it definitely has the armor and the armor toughness, which is great. But look at the durability on the chest plate, for instance. Durability is 480. So you'd have to have unbreaking and probably mending on this to make it viable, just because it is so low durability armor. It's great armor. I mean, +8, +3, and then +6, +3 for the leggings, +3 for the armor on the head. I mean, it's really good armor. It's definitely better than diamond as far as just raw stats go, but the durability is just not there. It makes sense. It's made out of crystals, so it makes sense that it's not as durable as everything else. But like you've got the pickaxe here. You've got you can make a sword out of it, I believe. Again, the durability on these, not good. I mean, it's stuff made of crystals. It kind of makes sense that it wouldn't be good, but it is very powerful armor and very powerful weapons that you can actually make with these. Then if you go over to this raw cloggerum, what can we do with that? And that's obviously, we can do the same thing with it. We can do with pretty much any other kind of ore in the game. We can make rare blocks out of it. We can also make these cloggerum ingots, which can make us a ton of different stuff. So this is going to be your starter armor there for sure, because the cloggerum is just everywhere. It's easy to come across. So this is going to be like, you need armor, here you go. I mean, you can make this shield, which looks really cool. It's got like that bend to it, which is nice. But the stats on it, pretty much like you're looking at it, it's going, the stats are pretty much iron-ish kind of stats. It does give you armor toughness, which is nice. Durability, once again, very low. That's sort of a recurring theme with everything you're finding in the Undergarden as far as resources go, is that all of the pieces of gear you can make out of those resources are typically going to be lower durability. It's just sort of a recurring theme in there. Let me see what else we had in here. I think that was pretty much it. I mean, we had the mushrooms, obviously, which are just, they're mushrooms. You had the glitter kelp, which is their version of glowberries, and then you've got all these different blocks that we can look into and see exactly what we can do with all of them there. So we do have this smithing template for the Forgotten Tool upgrade. I might make more of these just to have them, in case I want to do that. And then, of course, the Gloomgourd pies. I'm actually going to take these Gloomgourds, and we're going to do something kind of interesting with them. So, well, at least one of them. Like, one of them I'm going to turn into seeds, and then one of them I'm going to use for something else. So, yeah, hang on one second. I can't think of a better place for a Gloomgourd than right there, next to our Tirisfal Glades build in that little pumpkin patch area here. So, because that fits in just perfectly, and it's purple, which I like. So yeah, so we definitely put that there. I did turn the other one into seeds, so if we want to grow them, we can. I may actually grow them over here in the little pumpkin patch area next to Tirisfal Glades here. So I might actually put that there. So fun. It's so fun. It's obviously, we've got access to much better foods because we do have the croque monsieur and the croque madame, which since I have an egg farm now, I can make that as well. So we do have access to much better food, obviously. But if we're ever back in the Undergarden and we're going in those virulent areas where you've got all of the plague running around, we can use the Gloomgourd pies to counteract that if we need to, which is nice. And they're not a bad food supply. So, I mean, if you go to the Undergarden and you don't really have much in the way of like effective food production yet, you can always just go raid one of those little temples, as long as you can deal with the giant mechanical construct mech thing that we had to take out, and get like 2 or 3 stacks of the Gloomgourd pies, and just use those. There's nothing wrong with that whatsoever. So obviously food's fairly simple to come by in all the mods 9, but if you want like a challenge, oh my goodness, really? Hold on, problem solved. It's just every time I turn around, I gotta look in to see if I can like tone that down a little bit so we have less of the carpetbaggers showing up at our house. But yes, anyway, I hope you enjoyed the Undergarden. We'll definitely be looking at some of the other dimensions that you can go to in all the mods 9. Obviously, Twilight Forest is going to be in here. Blue Skies may be coming here soon. They may be putting back in the mining dimension. It just depends on when they get the Aldemodium put in there for the actual mining dimension to be a thing. So we're definitely going to look into all of those at some point, but I wanted to just go to the Undergarden because I'd never been there. I'd never even heard of that mod, and I'm very glad to actually have had the time and be able to show you what that was. It's a very well done environment. It's a well done mod, just very well thought through, the way that they've thought through all of the different resources and how they interact with the environment. The trading mechanism with the big, cow elk looking dudes is a really cool idea. So I hope you enjoyed all of that. I do hope you enjoyed your time here. Thank you very much for coming along with us on this journey into the Undergarden today. Please feel free to leave a like and subscribe on your way out the door if you have not already. But once again, if you don't want to subscribe, hey, I'm just happy to have you along with me. I do this for fun. I do this for entertainment. I do this for stress relief and therapy. So if you had a good time on the way, I've done my job here. So make sure you go out tonight, play some games, have some fun. I'll see you all again real soon. Have a good night, everybody.